Got her. Got her. Giant. I got her. Yes! That might be the tournament right there, baby.
All right, folks, we just wrapped up stop number 1, the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit on the Harris chain. Drew, you are 2 for 2 this year now. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jody. It's been too long since we gotten to do one of these. It's been 2 years since we did it in Texas. And man,
Forever.
day 5 is the best part of it. It's not the money, it's not the trophy, it's getting to come do day 5 with you. So we're gonna go out there and ride around. You know, this tournament was really unique because I rode a pretty heavy big fish bite to win. You know, I caught 3 over 8.
Big ones.
If all those fish are 2.5, 3 pounders, I don't win this tournament. I didn't even weigh 5, you know, every day. I had 3 on day 1. So it was a very high risk game plan, but it was a fun tournament for sure. And they're still floating around out there, so we're gonna see if we can't capture 1 or 2.
All right, well, we got perfect weather, and I am looking forward to at least presenting a bait to a really big fish, and maybe it bites, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to put a bait in front of multiple fish over 8.
All right, let's get out there. All right, Drew, we're back out here. This is pretty much where it went down. You caught your big ones all somewhere within a mile or so here. What are we looking for? What's the lowdown?
So in this little zone here, we've got a basin. It's kind of a void. So there's a lack of grass out here on my left. There's a big flat of grass. On the right, there's a flat of grass as well. These really big fish we're getting out here and spinning around with the gar, with just the rest of the life. It's kind of where all the life is right now. And you know, down here in Florida, life kind of is a very determining factor of where bass live, because there's areas that look really fishy and you look around on scope with your eyes and you never see any sign of a living thing. When you get in areas that are really rich with life and fish, that's generally where you find the bass. That was very true this week. So they're floating around out here. Fish identification is really important because of the gar presence, tilapia presence, but there's a bunch of giant ones out here looking for shandy.
All right, well, let's find a couple and present a few.
For sure. And there's a really big one right there.
Sorry.
I don't know which one to throw at.
And the really big one was bottom and then pretty high?
Bottom, out there at 50 to 55. I think there's another one. Yep, there's another one right out here.
Go get him. Woo! Oh gosh! Ooh. Oh, Drew! Oh my God!
All right, this one will bite. He'll bite again. I didn't hook him.
Get him. Did you see how fast he moved at that? Oh my God!
Ones, they'll get active. That's not a giant, but it's a good one. Oh, good cast, Jody.
Come on. He's like, no, not anymore. Oh, baby.
Got her.
Yes!
Got her.
Where's the net?
Megan. Megan. Gosh. It's like a 5.
Oh.
That might be bigger than 5.
Bigger than 5.
Oh, yes! Look at that. Oh, it's like
he ate that thing too. I was like the whole rig in there. Woo.
Give me some, dude.
Might be a day 5 record for fish size.
That's a giant. Oh.
Can we weigh this thing up?
Oh, absolutely we can. That's like a high 6, 7.
Folks, that's how you do it. Oh, that was a joke.
But it wasn't intentional. All right, Mr. Boat Official.
I'm shaking. Yes! 7-2.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
I mean, do they get any prettier than that down here, dude?
Honestly, no.
Like,
look, it's even plump.
One of the prettiest bass in the Harris chain right there.
Yeah, baby. That is so dope, dude. Great job. All right, Drew, this week, the A-rig was really key for you. It caught you, I think, your 3 biggest fish, correct?
Yep.
Which went a long way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I would say that was more than the winning margin, probably.
Yep.
And you had this thing pretty dialed in, very specific weights, specific, you know, line, all sorts of stuff, right?
Yep. So right here we have our 5-wire, 4-blade A-rig. Had us 3 live rounds, and then you got 2 blanks on top. So right here you've got 3.5-inch swim baits, just in that pearl color. And then, you know, really with this, it was about getting that pace right, which kind of comes down to your head size. You know, I'm using mostly 1/8, and then your line size plays a really big role in that, and your rod positioning. Meaning I'm not pointing at it and winding, I'm not putting the rod tip down and winding. If I'm trying to control that pace, I'm keeping that rod tip moving. Meaning if I need to speed it up, I'll put it down. If I need to slow it down, I'll put the rod tip up. I mean, you've got between the end of my rod tip to the peak, that distance is probably, you know, it's starting here, so probably 12, 13 feet in difference. I mean, we're talking about a dramatic difference between the tension points in your line when you move that rod angle. And using 25-pound fluorocarbon made it where I could roll it pretty slow and keep it high very, very easily.
And you're fishing fairly close, so you, that angle is accentuated.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. And then you said it was 1/8 and a 1/16, or 1/8 all the way? Or?
I had 2 8s and a 16.
Okay, which is very light.
Yeah, it's very light for an A-rig. But you know, fishing shallow water like we are here in Florida, it's kind of necessary for this deal. Now that being said, if the water was a little bit cleaner this week, I would have anticipated throwing a little bit heavier heads, because the cleaner the water gets, generally the faster they want your A-rig. And with a rig, the dirtier the water, generally the slower you end up winding it.
I like it. Well, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory right there.
Absolutely. You know, the Alabama rig, it looks like a lot, but in terms of practice, in terms of application, how you fish it, how you approach it, it's just a big spinnerbait. You flare it when you need to flare it, you slow roll it at times, and you use the rod to control the level in the water column. It's a pretty devastating technique for cold bass, especially for really big cold bass.
Yeah. When it's allowed and the water is cold, you should probably have one around.
100%.
I like it.
Throw it. Oh,
ooh.
It's just a good one. Throw it out there. Bring it to the right with your rod.
Look at the other stuff down there.
That's nothing. The other stuff's nothing.
Okay. Gosh. Oh,
Jody!
Why am I so bad at fishing?
Hit him again. Go bite it again. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop it. Keep dropping it. Keep dropping it. You're right of him. You're right of him. Get it out of there. He might bite again. He was really committed. Like, you didn't have to talk him out.
Better? Wrong?
That's a lot better. Drop it. Keep dropping it. Okay, go.
Got him.
Got him that time?
Got him that time.
That's a solid one.
Oh, it seems like a solid one. Right on the snoot.
That's a good one.
There we go.
Hey.
Hey, BPT style. Didn't
That's
even let him hit the
up.
floor. That's the
awesome.
one that has the boogered up hook. We just punched it right through. And I guess that's how you do it. You have the best LiveScope feature in the world. A-rigs, Florida bass, and
That's awesome, dude.
you'd call this.
Actually, that one would have been in my bag, like first day and last day.
All right, so Drew, we are kind of stopped and we're in like fish ID mode.
Yep.
And you have procured for us a beautiful gar.
Yes. So this right here is the illustrious long-nosed gar.
At about 30 feet.
Yep, 30 feet. So it's very bold, very hot return, which generally is indicative of a gar, because a gar, my theory of it is they have very hard scales, which
sense.
should reflect more sound than it absorbs in comparison to softer fish. So gar generally turn, if you hit them in the side, they're very white hot. But if you hit them in line, they fade because they're so thin.
Okay.
Because, you know, your sound waves aren't perpendicular to them at that point, they're parallel. So right here we've got a gar. It's very long, as gar generally are. And that it's a gar because it's long.
Yeah,
and not
the
shorter.
longness.
The
So
longness.
while we're here,
Yeah.
we had a gar. We've got a couple little blobs underneath us here,
Yep.
right? What were they? Or do you have a
Probably
guess?
crappie or large bait fish of some sort.
Okay.
Gar.
Rob's boat is off to the left.
Yes.
That's
Yep,
his
there's a
trolling motor right there.
15.
Top.
There's
And
his
then-
outboard there at 20.
Okay. And then like back in front, there was another thing out in front here. What's this tall stuff here?
That's
Up high.
all little bait fish out there.
And then also probably bait fish, you think?
That one right there is
Possible.
probably a predatory fish of some sort,
But not very large, right?
but not very large. So you see
Okay.
it's pretty white hot, but it's not very long. That one's probably a crappie.
Okay.
Because of how tall crappie are, they generally have a very white hot return, but it's just never that long of a return because again, they're not big, they're just tall for their length.
And then just some bait sort of around it, some
just
clouds.
mixed bait.
Okay.
There's another fish of some sort over there, probably crappie.
And like for you, let me stand up and not die. For you, like Fish ID,
Gars.
it's all about like the quick reaction,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Gut reaction.
Do you,
It's about how accurate your gut reaction is too. I mean, just because you have a gut reaction doesn't mean it's right. But once you get to the point where your gut reaction is right most of
those
the time.
two there at
Yep.
35.
And you see that reflection at 40 behind it?
Okay.
That's a great
This
tell.
is the little
Yep.
fuzz behind it, and that's
Yes.
2 gar.
Yep, that's 2
Okay.
gar. That reflection is a great tell. Gar generally have a reflection behind them.
A little bit of a
Yeah,
trail, basically.
That's one of the best tells when you hit a gar perpendicular with your beam. And that one out there.
Out on the bottom there, out high.
Hey Rob, I'm gonna go this way.
Uh-oh, he's getting a rod out. Might not be a gar.
Because it's a bass. So that one out
Okay.
there, I saw his motion, and he went from down to up to back to down, like he was moving in a manner that would indicate that he's a bass.
He's also like moving a lot. Like
Yeah.
the gar, pretty still.
pretty stationary. So that's a really big bass.
Catch him, Drew, catch him. I'll get the net. Do it up. Oh my God, I'm so hyped. On his snoot.
No.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
He no likey.
over there, gar. Over
Gar, you can kind of
here,
see the reflection again.
very large bass.
Okay.
Very large.
Catch him, Drew, come on. Did he not see it the first time or just not
He
like it?
is aware of its presence, but I didn't make a perfect cast.
Look at him swimming right toward the bait.
Okay, so if I know I'm not making that right cast, I'm just gonna reel it up. I'm not gonna try to play it out, because if it's not perfect, when you're dealing with really big fish like this that you don't have a lot of opportunities at, you don't wanna start with less than the best cast.
Okay.
So right there should be perfect. We'll bring it right across her nose. She does not want any part of it.
Not a fan. What's that other thing up tall there? Is
Gar.
that another gar?
Yep.
Okay.
You can just kind of see how it's a little longer than it should be for its height.
And really, they're not moving.
No,
The
and
bass
they're
are moving.
very stationary. When you see a bass, most of the time it's mobile. When
In
you see a
tournament
gar,
day, you're happy to give up on that fish there.
happy to.
Okay.
He never showed that initial positive behavior.
I feel like that's pretty much it. You just have to get really expert at it, right?
You just got to see
Do
a
it.
lot of fish.
Do it like what, 37,000 more times?
Yeah,
then you'll be perfect.
If you do it at least 37,000 more times, you'll be dialed. You'll be where you need to be.
It's that easy. All right, Drew, we are putting the wraps on, I think, a pretty epic day 5. I guess we'll see, but I think it was good. You've won the first 2 tournaments of the year. Tell me how you're feeling right now, because like this has been a pretty crazy couple weeks.
It absolutely has. 225 grand over the last couple weeks between Gunnersville and here at the Harris Chain. Man, I tell you what, you couldn't draw it up any better. You know, after Grand Lake, the Toyota Championship, losing that tiebreaker last fall, that I got to sit and think about that all winter long. And I, you know, started out the year as motivated as, or not as motivated, more motivated than I've ever been to win a tournament, because man, I got the experience to win a few early on, but I never had to have a true close call and lose. And that burned. So to come out here and win not 1 but 2 to start the year was pretty epic. And we're gonna see if we can't go for the Hanselmania year and just try to win everything. You know, that's a horribly unrealistic expectation. But if you won 2, you might as well try to win 3, and if we can do that, we'll just keep on going.
I don't really see any reason you can't, other than there's a lot of other good fishermen too.
Correct.
But that said, I really appreciate you taking us out, showing us the lay of the lake, dialing us in. I think it was a good one, and congrats, man.
Thank you, Joe.